Just just good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Abhi DhiYogi with another curation today of songs, stories, and ideas pertaining to magnets and me. We'll talk about, I guess today, the most important factor or thing or whatever you want to call it, the most important dash in the world. And what is that dash that you need to fill with? Is me. So the most important thing in the world, me. The most important factor in the world, me. Yeah. For each one of us, yeah. Me. I want to be happy. I want this, I want that. Long story short, it's all about me. And all the hurdles seem to be the connections between me and, I guess, the rest of the world. All the resistances, or anytime I'm not unhappy, yeah. It's always the connections or the relationships between me and everyone or everything else. So magnets and me today. We'll talk a little bit about this important factor that we call I or me. The relationships that are built over time and space. And finally, the yoga or the secret that enables this I or one to have the best of the relationships with everyone and everything. Before we start, maybe a song. I have run through these fields. I have climbed the highest mountains, only to be with you. Only to be with you. I have scaled and I have crawled. I have touched these city walls, only to be with you. Only to be with you. but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Thank you. So when it comes to relationships between me and everyone and everything, I wonder how do we form these relationships, right? Between me and everyone or everything. Before we understand the ups and downs, at least what's the start, right, of a relationship? Where does it all start? I'm born to my parents, and as I grow, they feed me, they take care of me as a baby, protect me, give me whatever is needed. And a relationship starts because we're in that space, in that time, connected. Me being dependent maybe on them, right? Following them, attached to them, just like a magnet. And as I grow, I guess I become bigger and heavier. And develop my own, I would say, what's the right word here? Opinions, ideas, right? Orientation, if I may say. The north and the south, just like the magnet. The opposite poles, yeah? And I would say, just like a compass needle, right? That points to north. I start going my way. As a standalone magnet, if I may say, yeah? That's not attached no longer to the parents, who again I would say are magnets, yeah? Attached to them are the kids. And to a certain age, going along with them on their path in the direction, whatever it may be that they think is best. But then as this child becomes an adult, with the individual orientation, polarization, whatever you want to call it, starts following in one's own path as an independent magnet, and gets attached maybe to a certain time, for a certain time, to the love of his or her life, yeah, or to this or that. Attracted, not attached, let's say. And following in that path, be it career, be it personal life, whatever it may be. But the attraction to another magnet, it could be a car, it could be money, it could be a house, it could be a girl, boy, whatever, yeah. Or something to do, right? But another magnet that attracts us. And we go there, pursuing that, or this, or that person, or this thing. And we become one, or get attached. We're together, yeah? Get the partner of our dreams, build the home of our dreams, get the car of our dreams, attached. And once the honeymoon is over, that initial phase of any relationship, then we start feeling heavy again. Most of the times, yeah? Or sometimes. Because we've experienced that new, right, beginning. And now we realize that euphoria or the newness of whatever we embarked upon on our path, that newness has eroded. And along with that came the normalcy. That now we're attached and we feel heavy. Which again prompts us to detach, right? Give a little bit of space in between. Two people who are living together, let's say, as adults. And maybe children of their own, right? But long story short, we learn a little bit on attachment and giving a little space so that the fun of getting attached again comes back. So I'll tell you a story about myself here. Me and my wife, with all these lockdowns and whatnot, have been home, working from home, going to the office sometimes. But long story short, attached and in close proximity. And there were those ups and downs which happened because we're attached, right? And then she went to India for a wedding for a week. Ahead of me, basically. The reason I say ahead of me is because after she left, in a week, until that point, I'm like, I'm not going, blah, 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 right? And then she goes there, and after a week, after I was telling my friends, I'm not going and I'm enjoying this, whatever, cooking and being with the kids and whatnot. After a week, I surprised them and I went there. And we had a great, wedding that we attended. Met all the family. Long story short, once detached, the attraction increased. Then I went there, had a great time, Then came back in a couple of weeks while she stayed back there. And then after 2 weeks when she came back, again, the space in between had given rise to more attraction. I guess that's the normal flow of relationship until one finds the secret or the yoga. Because we could go a lifetime or many lifetimes getting attached and getting detached and enjoying that. Nothing wrong. But I wonder, is there something more? And that curiosity, where it led me, I'll mention. But before that, maybe a song. Waves, oh just waves. You and me, babe, bees, birds and hay. Waves, oh just waves. From the stars to the moon, from the rocks to the mountains. Waves, what's near and far, babe. Waves, all that's in between, friend. I've dived deep only to surface. I've touched your shore only to retreat. Waves, this love and hate. Waves, is there anything else? So as I was saying, the space in between, giving something some time, especially in close relationships, helps us to experience, I guess, the detachment. And just by giving that, when we again come back in the vicinity of each other, I guess the attraction comes back and we get attracted and then again get attached. And after some time again the heaviness starts, I guess. Time, history. I did this, you said that, right? Just because we're attached, too close all the time. It's natural. So does this mean that we have to detach and attach constantly? Not constantly, something I would say to think about. But the curiosity of, hey, you know what, is there something more to this than, the constant attachment and detachment? Led me to a place a time, a realization. That all relationships that we form are in the here and the now. In this moment. Even our relationship with past, future happens in this moment. The best of the relationships happens in this moment alone. That attachment and detachment happens in this moment. with everyone and everything. So, in the realization that everything is happening in the here and now, the attachment and detachment, the past and the future, to which I jump or constantly, or to this place or that place, right? Because if I'm in India, I want to be here, and when I'm here, I would like to go back to India and meet my family, friends as well. Yeah, the attraction. But long story short, everything is happening in the here and now, like a playground, yeah, or a movie screen on which the movie is playing. The blank movie screen or the playground being the here and now in which all of the things happen. So, whenever I'm in the here and now, I noticed and witnessed, myself getting attached and detached. The heaviness or the lightness. And that's the nature of life, I guess. So rather than worrying about attachment, detachment, relationships, me, all of that, right? By being in the here and now, the practice has been acceptance. So knowing that I get attached and detached, not to force anything, but just to accept whether I'm attached or detached. And by being in the here and now, what I realized is that optimum balance was found, wherein, how two magnets with the same poles are, right? They're very close to each other. And when they get too close, then they again build a space in between. They don't get attached or detached. They're there, close to each other, together, but balanced. I felt that way. Close enough, but not overburdened or heavy in terms of magnets. So, in the choice between attachment and detachment, I chose acceptance. And in the choice between far and near, close or distant, right? Relationships, I chose here and now, in this moment, to be. If I am in the States, to be here in this moment. If I'm in India, to be there in that moment. If I'm in Sri Lanka, to be there in that moment. If it's raining, to be there in that moment. If it's sunshine, to be in the sun in that moment. Then and there, or here and now. And I realized the best of the relationships formed in the here and now. So by accepting whatever is, my relationships with everyone and everything started blooming a little bit better because I was anchored in the here and now. Good or bad, right? That was coming my way. With some people you feel good, with some people you may feel, hey, you know what? I'm not myself. Whatever it may be. Acceptance, hey, you know what? Yeah, that's what I felt. Or that is how I am now, in this moment, in this relationship, whatever it was, or it is. And to accept it, no judgment, yeah? And in doing so, the one relationship for me which has become important is to be in the here and now, in this moment. Because all the relationships are forming or coming together in this moment, as well as going away in this moment. Everything is happening in the here and now. So in acceptance, I find myself anchored in the here and now. And watch the attachment and detachment, because that's the law of nature, right? See the euphoria in new beginnings and maybe the dullness coming together after the newness leaves, right? But accepting all of it in each moment as it happens. And in doing so, with everyone and everything, relationships are improving. Most importantly, because I'm connected to the here and now. As my relationship with here and now improves or becomes stronger, all the other relationships are becoming healthier and better. The realization is, rather than like a magnet being at the end, one of the poles, north or south or positive and negative, it's like being at the center through which all the magnetic fields are running through, yeah? At the center. It don't matter whether the magnet is pointing north or magnet is pointing south or going in this direction or that direction. The point is being at the center. There's no point where everything is becoming one, where you experience everything to the max, build the best relationships, and don't overburden anyone with attachments or detachments. You are there, but still you're not there. Maybe a song. My love, your love, love. My love, your love, love. Smiles, tears, hopes, fears, all are born from this love. all I get and all that's lost, friend. Everything is meant to merge one day into love. Fall in love with love. I'm in love, you're in love, all in one love. I'm in love, you're in love, all in one love. Thank you. So as I was saying, acceptance has led me to realize that everything is happening in the here and now. All the relationships. And in the here and now, when I am, I'm not attached, not detached. I am just going with the flow, let's say. Not judging someone as good or bad, or a situation as good or bad, but just accepting. This happened, okay. So what do? Acceptance is great. Okay, I'm in the here and now, great. But what do? And the answer to that question that came to me was, all that anyone does, if we think about it, is we think thoughts, we speak, share information, communicate, words, art, whatever. But long story short, communicate, speak, express. And lastly, we do things, it might be the basic day-to-day, or the work, or study, or recreational activities, or just being lazy or sleeping, whatever it may be, right? But doing things. And these three, that is thinking, speaking, and doing, I realize that whenever I'm in the here and now, I do these the best that I can. I think the best thoughts that I can at that time or in that moment, if I'm in the here and now. Or the best words come to me when I'm in the here and now. And the best actions manifest in the here and now, whenever I am. Why? Because the realization dawned that in the here and now, it's filled with love. In acceptance, whatever came my way, good or bad, positive or negative, melted, dissolved, and became love. In acceptance, yeah. Tough, but I'm just saying, yeah. Just the idea that I tend to pursue nowadays. To accept. And in that love, there was no attachment or detachment. Love is selfless. True love, right? You know, like Lily, the pet that I met recently, a therapy dog at a coffee shop. She came, wanted me to pet her, which I did. Then she looked up and she wanted some treats, which I didn't have at that time. So she went by her dad or owner, who handed me some treats. So she came back and I fed her some treats. So whatever she wanted, the petting, she came, she asked for it. And she did the same with other patrons at the coffee shop. She just went, asked them to pet her. And she would do the twirl too, and etc. But long story short, she would ask whatever she wanted. No judgments. And then she would ask for a treat, and if they gave, great. If not, no problem. No judgments. True love. No judgments. We give the best that we have. Share it. And whatever comes our way, no judgment. Accept it. And then ask again for whatever we need, I guess. So, that love of no attachment or detachment, no expectations, those glimpses come whenever I'm in the here and now, in this moment, anchored, where everything is happening, all the relationships are happening. And whatever I give, anchored in the here and now, is filled with love usually. Words, thoughts, actions. So the relationships that we talk about, we talked about with people, but let us say, for example, my relationship with the food that I eat. I used to eat because I have to eat, I guess. Not really there, not really in the here and now, yeah? Just doing it. Sometimes I would be there in the moment and enjoy a meal. But I guess I had other things to get, yeah? Where I thought there would be happiness and love and whatnot, so my focus on food wasn't that much. And it was later that I realized that there's a relationship with the food that we eat as well. When I was in the here and now, because when you eat with love, you realize Food was made from sun, space, water, air, earth, right? Those are the 5 elements which go into everything. And so am I. So in reality, I'm digesting the 5 elements, I guess. The flavors, right? The different scents, whatnot. All can be experienced to the fullest if I'm in the here and now. So how to be in this here and now that I kept talking about, which has enabled to a great extent good relationship with those around me, and with whatever thoughts, ideas, words or actions that come out, a better relationship, I guess, something that I feel fulfilled with. So how to be in this here and now? As I reflected and pursued, by going on vacation, attachment and detachment, all of those things, yeah. Just like everything, whatever I was seeking was right under my nose, in the breath. And whenever I'm with the breath, I realized I'm with the here and now, or in the here and now. That doesn't mean forcing the breath or changing the breath or whatnot, but just watching the breath, being with it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So whenever I'm with the breath, I realize that I sing a little bit better, don't make as many mistakes. Play a little bit better, don't make as many mistakes. Eat a little bit better, and have a fulfilling experience of eating or drinking. Even the water, yeah, tastes so good when I drink it with the breath. So whenever I'm speaking, whenever I'm with the breath, just paying attention to my breath, yeah, observing it. The words that flow usually are filled with love, usually. I do react all the time, and I keep getting bumped out of the here and now per se, yeah, where my attention drifts all the time. And I accept it. Hey, you know what? I overreacted. I said this, I did that. I accept it. No problem. Again, I come back to the here and now with that acceptance, to my breath. So, even when I walk, when it's with my breath, the walk is better and relaxing. If I'm listening to music and if it's with my breath, I feel the music even in more intimate fashion. And when I'm with someone, if I'm with my breath, even that relationship, whatever I'm talking, whatever I'm doing, becomes more fulfilling. So the secret or the yoga of relationship is to be with the breath. If I'm with the breath, all the other relationships bloom to the fullest. Everything tastes better, everything smells better, everyone seems better, every experience feels more fulfilling, and life in general blooms with love. In the here and now, whenever I'm with the breath. Whether I get attached or detached, I accept whatever is happening and I enjoy it to the fullest because I'm with the breath. Not forcing anything other than paying attention to breath. So the words, the thoughts, and the actions that come out, I notice they're filled with love, selfless. And in that existence, I guess the circle completes, or the manifestation comes to the existence at the center. Hope you enjoyed the session today. I know I went over by 15 minutes. You can always join at 12 noon CST, Chicago time, for another session of songs, stories, and ideas. Or you may watch the recordings or read the books at abhi.dhiyogi.org. That's abhi.dhiyogi.org.